Hello, here is an AYD League game that was quite impressive. A huge kill by White, who won by resignation, killing pretty much half of the board. So let's see what went wrong, especially for Black here. So we have a modern Fuseki with the one space high pincer, which is quite popular. Split and then push along. Yeah, this is the idea I often see in the AI style, to keep pushing and then pincer. Normally, White can pincer right away, and then when Black jumps out, just attach and connect underneath. This is a very common Joseki, so actually White is going to sacrifice just one stone here, and in this case, White can play a move like R7 to limit the expansion on the right side. So when Black blocks the corner, White can extend in the top to defend against the cut at M17. And if Black attacks from J17, it's okay to kick once and then block the corner. So this would be the old-fashioned Joseki. Now when White pushes along, it's good to keep pushing a couple of times. Even though Black is taking a lot of territory on the right side, after you push several times, you get a pretty strong wall, so it's okay to pincer even further away. It doesn't have to be L16. So like this, White can expect a larger moyo. Usually Black will play a Kosumitsuke here and then approach in the top, but you either answer with a Kosumi or defend on the second line, so still go for the box in the top, which is fine. This would be the basic pattern. So after the push, if you just pincer, things are a little bit different. So Black jumps out, then attach. This attach doesn't work so well anymore. In order to use it, it's good to push here first, and then push along one time to keep, actually even two times, to keep Black separated. Black is not going to allow the Hane and double Hane on the side. And now it works to play the attach and then connect all along, because if Black pushes and cuts, you have this kind of move and then catch the corner. So it's good to make this exchange turn once. Otherwise, Black will separate and then two stones will die, and this is a little bit better for Black than the actual Joseki. So this exchange, it's actually a minus for White now. But here, in fact, White can think about, instead of Tenuki, normally White has to Nobi, and Black will usually answer. But White can also think about this move, the wedge. Because if Black resists with Atari, what is Black going to do as a follow-up? If he connects here, White goes down and the fight is on. And if Black plays this move, White will capture the stone and then go down. And even if the squeeze is gonna be played, White gained locally. So probably on the wedge, Black will just block. White needs to connect, and now Black should catch two stones here. White can bump, Black will take them, and White can turn in the corner, but this can also wait because now White is strong enough in the top, so it's still better to play R7 to prevent the R6 approach. So it's very big for White to play Q16. Even though F3 is a nice Fuseki point, it's quite urgent to play Q16 or Q17. So now Black can block Q17 and the corner becomes bigger, and in the same time playing Q17 will threaten the three stones in the top. So White will either bump or pull back. Now when White bumps here, Black can approach K17, threatening the cut. So if you ignore this move, Black will cut, go down and catch the three stones, and the corner is even larger. It's like a quarter of the board already. So on this kind of move, even if it looks strange, White can answer with a block, which is an empty triangle. Black can Hane once and leave the position like this, then play away. So this means it's not so easy for White to defend like this or even here, but then the key point will kind of hurt. Therefore, White shouldn't allow the Q17. Q17 is too large. But Black omitted completely. And now attach here, this is a little bit questionable. It's still okay to answer calm, because you may hope for an invasion after that. So usually Black will play something like this. And now of course you still have to play in the top right corner, but let's ignore that part for now. Let's say at some point White just plays here or S5. So the right side doesn't become too large, And when you play a move like s4 and later on invade like this is still okay to damage the right side. But if you start with a kick, I mean the attach on top and black hane, this is going to be a very big right side for black. Black can just no-b. I know it's fancy to play s5, but white will play here, then black can double up because black is already strong with q13. So in this case, black doesn't need to play the extension here or the tiger mouth. He can play a double up and he's still threatening the cuts. So white will defend and then black can block the top. Somehow, let's see how to defend here and now jump in the middle. So this is going to be a very big box on the right side. Therefore, playing this attached at q6 is not so interesting because it strengthens black on the right side too much. And you don't want that. You still want to expand the bottom, but the right side, you don't want him to be too strong. So back to the original game. Usually this kind of move, like attach q6, it's played when white has an extension at q4. Which is coming soon. So push several times, just give the territory on the right side and extend. But this k5 looks like a misclick. Normally, white should extend just k4. There's a better relationship between k4 and f3 than between k5 and f3. Because now, when black plays a move like h4, you attach and connect. If he plays h3, you attach on top or you play k3. So when you play a move like k5, the relationship between these two stones is not so great. Black can play moves around here or here or here and just separate, or he can simply enter k3. Now when you attack from the right, he goes to the left, and if you attack from the left, he extends to the right. So it feels too good for black just to make a base on the bottom side, so it will make k5 become a neutral point. It looks like white has a lot of thickness here, but you still have to play the normal moves like k4. You're going to build enough. If he blocks here, I mean enter the corner, you block, he goes down, you extend to the left, so it's a nice box moyo that white is getting on the bottom and left side. So black played a fancy move. Usually here, white plays Atari, black connects, then white descends. Now black will cut one time to see how white reacts. White usually turns, jump, take the stone. Now black will turn a few times, but here, being so strong with k5, you can play the double hane, Atari connect, extend, push along or extend again, and make the big box on the bottom. And now black still needs to extend on the left side. So that would be sort of Joseki. But the common move, it's Atari and descent. So here, normally black should play some extension on the left side. Just consider these two moves as Kikashi, forcing sente moves and then extend very light. This move was a little bit heavy. Maybe black expected white to play something on the bottom to connect his box, and then black will extend for a base. But white, of course, took away the base, which is good. So now black is on the run. This was a little bit brave too. Normally, black should come out with moves like this and try to make a sabaki. Then, of course, white will grab the nice point on the left side. So this is nice for the left shimari, but white is going to attack severe. Actually, it's good enough to play the one space jump and try to kill them on a large scale. So actually, the problem starts here for black. Because, well, first of all, white can jump again and push this group into the k5. So when black jumps along, you play a peep and then you surround everything. If he comes around, you just go down, and it's really difficult for this black group to escape. Anyway, it's also nice to play this schema, so in case black comes out, white builds a lot on the bottom and makes k5 work properly. So black tried an interesting cut that doesn't work. First of all, the ladder is good for white, but actually here, white should just extend, because this creates miai between two moves, either capture with Atari at c6 or net at e9. So when black goes down, white will capture this stone, and black shape is still kind of ruined. And if black comes out here, you just capture this stone and also kill the other group. So when black goes down, you just take. It's much easier than the ladder. The ladder usually leaves a ladder breaker, but in this case, black can just Atari under, white must take, and then black will connect to the top. Normally, black will play this kind of move for I shape, which is also okay. So when white blocks, black can go in the corner, white blocks again, Hane under, Atari connect, defend, and then block one more time. So the group is alive immediately. But it's also okay for black to no-B, because on this Atari, black will connect, and when you try to separate, he has Atari under and take this stone. And if you go down, black has this move, and now he can connect up or down. So like this, he links under, and if you go down, he captures everything. But it seems that black completely missed this option to connect at b7. Even later in the game, we will see he's not aware of this combination to go down with the clamp at b5. So here, white starts the ladder, which goes into l16. Black comes out a few times, which is very expensive, and then he realizes, oops, the ladder doesn't work. But for white, it's still better to capture right away, slightly better, because like this, you don't worry about any ladder breaker that comes around l14. So black still needs to go into the top with a no-B, or to play this kind of move and go for I shape, and then you block. And if he plays no-B, Atari connect, go down, this is still a fine variation for black to escape. But when you play this kind of move, he connects underneath, and now you capture the stones. So you lose a move, because if you play here directly and black goes no-B, you will never play c9. I mean, there is no reason to play that neutral point. You can play, okay, you can Atari and so on, but that you can keep for later, or just play a big point somewhere else. So that was a bit strange. Normally you take these 3 stones only when he plays a ladder breaker. If the ladder is still working, you don't need to take it now. So if, okay, let's say we have this variation, then you play somewhere else, like here. Now, if a ladder breaker comes around here, then you must take the 3 stones. But of course you want to take it in advance, so black is not going to play something to affect the top. But the problem is, why connect when you could capture right away? So this is really important, and it's a fundamental thing to know when to capture directly and when to connect. You should always give it some thought during the game. Okay, so yeah, black got the corner. It's okay just to block here. It's better to keep this r4 as a co-threat. Anyway, once you turn, black usually goes down. So if you just play this move, he always goes down. He never goes back. And if he goes back, it's fine. You will leave it like this, and there is no jump on the second line. So push and turn. Then this Atari. Yeah, so black missed the idea to connect with this move. And now he's in more trouble. This is very good, threatening a cut. Here it feels that black is a bit desperate, trying to live inside white's moyo, and that kind of failed. But he had a chance at some point. So in this case, instead of Keima, normally white should jump here, because this threatens the takes away the base and also surrounded L4 next. So when something like this is played, you just Hane and you kill the important stones and keep connected. But actually, you can continue with a Keima or push and kill everything like this. Much easier. So surround everything. Now black can block here and try to make some I shape. Yeah, he plays the Hane, then he blocks, sacrifice, and he still died. Yeah, he played away, but right now he needs to play more moves here. The group is not alive. So Kosumi like this, and when white blocks, another move for I shape. If white plays here, just block. Yeah, this should be alive. It is actually. Yeah, this is alive. So black had to play more moves to stay alive, and even later he had the chance to leave. Kick is good. You have to stay alert. This attach is also important, but no B would be enough. Here black made a mistake too. He's supposed to play the wedge, and now white has to connect against the cutting points, and then black can play away and leave on the bottom. Playing like this, white defends in center. Actually, black is supposed to go no B in the corner because it's very big to lose that. Now, if white blocks here, he can still fight a bit in the center, but ouch. So on this move, white has the bump, black needs to capture, then white can cut and take the corner. That's too big. It's actually okay to take right away, because once you take right away, if black plays Atari, you don't have to answer right away. And if you answer, later you have a very nice follow-up, this kind of hane and push and everything sente. And another thing is, if black doesn't play Atari here to bigote and he just plays away, you play Kosumi. And then he needs to play Atari, you capture, and if he blocks, you go for a ko. So he still needs to pull back, and it's the same kind of follow-up in sente. But once you play the push and then you capture, the hane on the first line is not going to be sente. So black will always play Atari here, and if he plays away, there is no follow-up. If you hane, he goes Atari, you can't connect, you must take, and he takes. So it's not really a gain to push at S15 when you have the option to play T15, but that's just a small detail. And now black is actually in big trouble. Yeah, after this move, it's hard to leave. Atari, shrink the space, but black doesn't have to play, white doesn't have to play inside. In order to kill, you gotta reduce the space from the outside. Now, if black goes here for I shape, you push first, and when he blocks, you take the vital point, and it's just finished. If he plays here, you don't even answer. Oh no, actually you have to. You answer here, because if he goes down, you play like this, and if he tries to connect, it doesn't work. Now, if he blocks this way, this formation will lead to a bulky 5. So you can play hane, he blocks, hit the vital point in the middle. Or hane from this side, he blocks, hit the vital point. This is a much easier way to kill. Playing this move could be risky, and it almost was, because now black can play Atari here. So when you answer like this to try to reduce the space, he captures the stone, you push, he got twice. If you connect, he goes Atari on 3 stones, you connect, and then he makes the second die. So actually he could leave, because this was the wrong way to try to kill. In order to kill now, you gotta play K1. Now he has to separate, then you push from here, and even so, it's actually not working, because he blocks, and when you push here, this is a seki, and when you play the connection, he plays throw-in, you take, he goes Atari from the outside. And now the problem is, if you try to make an under the stones technique, because like this is just twice, he will capture, and when you play this move to remove the ice, he can connect, and then when you kill, he's already connected on the outside, and he can also just connect to the right. So when you play here, that's the problem. It doesn't work to try the Ishinoshita here. So in fact, the right option to kill this group, it's just reduce the space from the outside. If he plays a move like this, it's very simple. You push, he blocks, you hane. And when he goes down, it's only one eye. When he goes here, you hane. So shrink the space from the outside, then hit the vital point. Which means black could leave, but he messed up. He missed this Atari, very simple. It's like an 18Q Tsumego. And now he's just losing points playing from the inside. Actually here, white can play this move or even this one, and it's a bigger kill. There is still no second eye. But yeah, keep it simple. So it's all dead. Does it work to play this move, for example? So when black comes out, you turn, he comes here, you push again. If he comes out, Atari. So it's a net, it's a trap. If the ladder doesn't work, you should look for nets like this. But anyway, this is difficult for black now. So he's still trying to make ice, which is one eye in gote, and that's a huge minus. Actually, the key point is to play Nobi first, to prevent the Tiger Maw, which threatens the cut. He will play something here, and then you surround everything. But it feels like everything will die, no matter what. You can just hane, and it's going to die inside. Like this, he can come out and then give you 4 stones. But he's too angry and he loses everything. Yeah, too bad. Oh wait, so if you capture and he pushes, you just take, nothing happens. If he plays Atari here, you connect. If he plays Atari here, you take. If he cuts, it's too late to do some magic, push out, or play Kosumi, and then this, and then connect. Anyway, he's in trouble all over. But yeah, seems to work anyway. Ah, so this was the mistake. Black could always play here and connect, but in fact he cuts and now loses all. Ouch. It's better to play Nobi, so you can make more points, because obviously Black wanted to play that Atari. If you play here, it's 1 point less, and you also leave Atari this way. Then if you capture, it's 2 points less. But once you play Nobi, you create more territory inside. I mean, those stones are trapped anyway, so why not maximize the profit? And also here, why leave Atari? You can just connect, and if he cuts, you play Atari, Atari, and net. So it's a better style. Like that, you give him some hope, but okay. Still not enough space and liberties to fight the semi. If you want to take away liberties, better play Hane. Because in the end, you gotta remove those stones. So why play Nobi and then turn? I mean, it doesn't matter. If he goes Atari here, you just capture. So it doesn't change anything. Yeah, it's fine to play away. Lots of liberties. Good. Double Atari and smash some more. Actually, you're still okay with liberties. He's got like 3, so you better take here. I mean, if he plays this one, you can turn. If he blocks, you can play away again. We can even kill this group. Almost. How is it? Okay, this group can leave, but he's losing more points all over the board. And anyway, here, you're still okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and the ko. And he's got like 2 liberties. I mean, once you play here, block, connect, 2 liberties left. So you don't have to play inside right away. But okay, this is like a declaration of victory. Anyway, complete victory for white, but top right corner was tricky. Black could block q17, and lower left corner, black could connect b5. But once he missed the ladder, everything went downhill. So it felt like a solid win for white on that at that point. Well done. Enjoy the review.